Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Why are tech graduates struggling to find jobs?
Only 27% of new
why do
graduates
you
in STEM
think
fields in the US
AI? I don't know. That's the only thing. Either AI
AI?
or, rough economy nowadays. I don't know.
secure a job in their field within 6 months of graduation.
The job prospects for recent graduates are down significantly from a year ago, so what is going on?
In February,
Also, I feel like, tech is kind of overcrowded. Everybody goes into tech, tech, tech. Like, other jobs no longer exist. Everybody just
Mm,
wants to go into tech. Like, mm, we don't need that
mm.
many, I guess.
2020
Because I was wondering, okay, maybe, the job market is full and the people who are at the top, they are not looking at any time to retire or leave their position?
Well, kind of, yeah. Like, as I said, it's just
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants to go in tech, so there's only so few positions in tech,
Mm-hmm.
so
Because
it always
now
gets filled up.
the move is to have like robots, artificial intelligence
Hmm.
do all the tasks, and there's like one person who's like really needed to make sure everything is functioning
Well,
properly.
right, that's like the manager or whatever,
Mhm.
but to like
Mhm.
actually create it, you need people. AI
Mhm.
is not gonna create
Do
it,
you
but
need like a team of people, like a lot, or
of
this is?
course, yep, yeah, each programmer works on a different,
Mm,
mechanism, different functions, yeah.
the unemployment rate for recent graduates increased significantly compared to the previous year.
The unemployment rate for recent grads reached 5.8% in March. That's up from 4.6% the same time a year ago.
With a 15% decline in job offers compared to the previous year, the employment outlook does not appear to be improving.
Labor conditions for recent college grads have deteriorated noticeably in just the past few months.
Factors such as federal budget cuts,
oh,
uncertainty in tariff policy, and the exponential growth of artificial intelligence have made the tech job market particularly difficult. So, why are tech graduates struggling to find jobs? As 2025 progresses, signs of a deteriorating job market for young professionals are becoming increasingly evident. According to data from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, the unemployment
also,
rate
I
among
feel like
recent
they're not also saying the side where the graduate goes into the interview and their culture doesn't merge with the culture that's in that workspace.
What
So,
do you mean?
for example, just Gen Z or the class of the graduates, they don't fit
2024, let's say,
they
yeah.
don't fit into the culture that is necessary to adapt to work with a team, because there's a lot of individualism, and when you work with for someone, you have to be able to work in teams and not necessarily the mindset or the
Right,
culture for the
but
newer generation.
wouldn't that be like any year? The culture is just different for people that are coming in. It's not unique to like now.
Mm,
It's not like the culture is different this year from, like, for example, 2 years
I
ago.
just think it's very distinct, because if you think of like, okay, boomers, okay, they're less likely to job hop. Millennials are also less
Okay, I
likely
get
to
what
job
you're
hop.
saying. Gen Z, they
But
don't really
Gen
give a fuck. They
Z,
just want to get paid and they
yes,
don't care. There's no
there's
loyalty.
no loyalty.
I get it.
And I don't know if you can have someone in tech be a part of a project and then leave and take the information and data that you acquired from them, that they train you,
Okay.
and take it to somewhere else.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
college graduates reached 5.8% in March of this year, up from 4.6% in the same month of 2024. This upward trend contrasts with the traditionally positive image of college graduates, who used to have unemployment rates below the national average. Currently, that gap has narrowed to historic lows, reflecting the overall weakening of job opportunities for young people.
Many graduates will run into a bottleneck of entry-level openings as companies hold hiring levels steady.
Even more concerning is the phenomenon of underemployment. In March 2025, 41.2% of recent graduates were working in positions that did not require a college degree, an increase from 40.6% the previous year. This figure reveals a significant mismatch between academic training and actual labor market demand, particularly in sectors.
Yeah, I think it's overcrowded, tech market. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's just a lot of people for whatever reason. Everybody, I guess, because they make it sound so easy. Oh, go into tech, go coding, go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like a quick way to like get a good job. But I think
Mm.
there's other areas
And
too. Not,
I think it's super competitive too, because they want the best of the best of the best in those
yeah.
positions. And if not that, you do the other category of tech, which is like like,
Well, yeah. There's computer science, and then there's
yeah,
like informational technologies.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. Also, I feel like when they push kind of everybody to tech, not everybody's good at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Or understand what You know what it
Yeah,
encompasses per se.
yeah. It just
Because you could be in tech, but you do sales. You could be in tech, but you're doing service work. You could be in tech and you're doing outreach. You could be doing tech, but you're doing research.
I feel like just because you went to school for tech, like in
You could be doing
computer
tech and do law.
science, and because you managed to graduate, doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really mean you understand it. I feel like, or if you understand it, but especially nowadays, like with ChatGPT and all that, I feel like a lot of copy pasting. So you just kind of copy pasting stuff, and you don't really understand the actual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, because I've seen people that you know were in computer science, but they had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Also, I think you need like a pathway. I don't know if people have a clear understanding of the pathway because I think you do need some kind of connection where
Yeah.
someone have to like see you and want to invest in you.
Yeah.
So I just feel like also those people who have the degrees but go into something else that doesn't need a degree, they fall under the line where they may have the skill but they haven't had someone to take an effort to, okay, let's develop that or let's work on that.
Yeah, I just feel like it's the way they make it sound to be like, oh, tech is for everyone. It's not. Tech is
Mm-hmm.
actually, it's not an easy thing. Like some people
Mm-hmm.
are just not, don't have the capacity for it, and it just is what it is.
Sectors like tech, where a closer correlation between education and employability would typically be expected. According to one analysis, both
Employability.
employers and job seekers are paralyzed by uncertainty. This paralysis has resulted in a visible contraction of opportunities. For example, internship offers, which traditionally increase in the spring, fell by 11 percentage points compared to the previous year.
62% of young people who completed their education are not in their intended career.
Experts point out that internships are a more reliable indicator than entry-level jobs, as the latter increasingly demand several years of prior experience, effectively excluding most new graduates. This labor market cooling is not limited to the tech sector. A study conducted between February and March found that major companies such as Chevron, PepsiCo, and Southwest Airlines have reduced their hiring plans for recent graduates. Only 24.6% of surveyed firms stated they intended to increase entry-level hiring in spring 2025, down from 27% in the previous fall. This is the lowest level recorded since fall 2020, during the height of the pandemic crisis. The salary outlook also shows mixed signals. According to published projections, salaries for computer science graduates are expected to fall by 3.6%, while salaries for degrees in agriculture and natural resources are projected to increase by 2.8%.
Exactly what I was saying. There's other areas where people should go. This
Mm-hmm.
push for tech, that everybody go into tech, tech, tech. eh, It's just not. Tech is not for everybody, and now it became overcrowded. So like you have people that
Mm-hmm.
are underqualified because they don't really understand what the fuck they're doing, and there's so many of them that the people that are actually qualified and would be good at it, they don't never even end up getting the opportunity because, as you said, sometimes you just need a push, and they don't get it necessarily.
Mm. But
However,
can they also do like a specialty, like take tech and but find like a focus for application? Because there's different ways that you can
Yes,
apply
but
tech.
also you need a push, like you need to get that first foot in. Like if you
Yeah.
never get the opportunity to get,
Mm-hmm.
because yes, there's for example, automotive. If you work with automotive only, but you need to get hired still, like
Mm-hmm.
unless you like do a startup, of course. But that's
Mm-hmm.
that's one in a million, not maybe not a million, but it's a low chance.
these estimates were
I wonder
gathered
if you
before
can
the
do
start of the new
internships
administration.
like when you're like in your 40s.
If you don't get paid, I mean, internships essentially are free, right? If you don't need the money,
Yeah.
yeah, I
I don't
guess
know, because I always thought that internships, they always just look for like young.
you could do it if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you're not gonna get paid.
And do not reflect the current impact of
Also, how do you feel like as a 40-year-old fetching coffee for like some 28-year-old? It's a little,
I mean, it's
uh,
temporary.
yeah, you gotta put your ego aside.
Yeah.
fiscal and tariff policies implemented in the first months of Donald Trump's second term.
Department of Education restarts today collecting federal student loans in default after the long pandemic era pause, leaving millions of Americans worried they could have their paychecks or benefits garnished.
The Trump administration has reinstated the collection of overdue federal loan payments through automatic paycheck deductions, tax refund seizures, and the garnishment of Social Security and disability or retirement benefits. This policy, which reverses the pandemic-era suspension from 2020, represents an added burden for millions of young professionals. According to one report, 20.5% of federal student loan borrowers were more than 90 days delinquent on their payments, 10 percentage points higher than 5 years ago. This rise in delinquency reflects direct financial pressure on individuals trying to enter the workforce, especially in sectors like technology, where entry-level jobs have declined. Meanwhile, the overall economic context remains marked by volatility. Although 177,000 jobs were created nationally in April, a better than expected figure, experts point to signs of deceleration.
Recent college graduates are now entering what is a competitive job market.
Wage growth has stalled, and unemployment metrics indicate that hiring processes are taking longer. Federal budget cuts have also had a significant impact on the tech job market. Since the start of Trump's second term, the federal civilian workforce has shrunk by 26,000 positions. In total, 260,000 federal employees have accepted early retirement, been laid off, or taken severance.
But these stats we're seeing, are these like tech jobs or just like any random jobs? Because if somebody, you know, in TSA who checks people at the airport got fired, like what the fuck does that have to do with tech?
Packages. In 2023, a $2.7 billion funding shortfall was identified for key agencies such as the National Science Foundation and the National Institute of Standards and Technology. This lack of resources has constrained research and development opportunities, affecting the creation of tech jobs in the public sector. The ongoing trade war is also affecting consumer behavior. According to recent data, consumer confidence has dropped to its lowest level in 13 years. This decline has led many families to cut back on spending, directly impacting industries that rely on domestic consumption, including many tech companies offering retail products or services. In response, these companies have begun cutting costs and freezing hiring, thereby reducing the number of new jobs available in the tech labor market.
The economy is stable, but what we're seeing right now is a lot of hesitancy amongst these companies as they try and navigate new trade policy. So at least for now, employers are pausing when it comes to new hires.
The result is reduced investment in new talent, with billions of dollars in hiring budgets redirected toward areas considered more strategic or secure. It is estimated that by 2025, AI will replace approximately 85 million jobs worldwide, but will also create 97 million new roles, resulting in a net gain of 12 million jobs. However, many of these new
What do you
roles
mean by
require
new roles?
specialized AI skills, posing a challenge for
Managing
recent
AI, I
graduates
guess.
who have not yet acquired them. In the tech sector, the automation of basic tasks has led to a decrease in hiring for entry-level positions. Moreover, the implementation of AI in recruitment processes has changed the way companies select candidates. By mid-2025, 65% of HR departments report using AI for candidate screening, onboarding, and retention forecasting.
Applying for jobs online, but not hearing back. Well, that may be due to companies' increasing use of artificial intelligence recruitment tools.
This has led to a focus on specific skills and practical experience, which can be a barrier for graduates who lack prior work experience. Companies seek candidates with hands-on experience, but offer fewer opportunities for recent graduates to gain that
So how do you get experience if there's no internships no more available? That's
experience.
fucked up.
It is estimated that by 2025, more
I
than
guess to do your
120
own
million workers
independent
will
work
require
project,
retraining due to labor market
startup.
changes driven by AI. For young tech
There's a lot of
graduates,
money.
this combination of factors has created a climate of uncertainty that has even reshaped their career aspirations. A survey revealed that more than half of college students set to graduate in 2025 have given up on the idea of landing their dream job. Moreover, 56% of seniors reported feeling somewhat or very pessimistic about their entry into the job market. This outlook reflects the anxiety of thousands of young people who, despite investing thousands of dollars in their college education, now face a restrictive, unpredictable, and largely unwelcoming labor market.
Interesting. Very interesting video.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible. Bye.